Vin.
I'm sorry.
If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the filthy capitalist option. As Sori says, $125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. $125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and you get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at vinsori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go on the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch indeed.
And a child shall lead them.
A child shall lead them.
All right, you guys. Next up on our list is another Evanescence song, Amy Lee, Speak to Me. And I can just imagine how amazing this is going to be.
Shout out to me. Hey, Seven Dusted in the house. What's good, Seven?
It's actually Amy Lee's actual birthday today, so happy birthday to her.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we have Amy Lee Forever in our comment section.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And she's representing the artist today for her birthday.
Yeah.
So welcome to hell.
Only those in the know how clever that was. How very clever that was. If you don't know, now you know. You know. Okay. This is not Evanescence, so this is just Amy Lee.
Right. That's
and so the name of this particular joint is Speak to Me. Apparently this was some soundtrack with a movie with Emilia Clarke. That's the dragon lady. Jakaris from what do you call it?
Oh, really?
Amy Lee, Speak to Me. Let's go!
Be still, my I will return to you, however far you feel from me. You are not alone. I will always be waiting. And I'll always be watching you. Speak to me. Speak to me. Speak to me. I can't let go. You're every part of me. This space between
Woody old boy.
That was a tough one. Did she lose a child?
No. The movie. It's based on a movie, so I'm not gonna say. It's basically about the bond between a mom and a child, like beyond the grave and all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it made me think of two things. One was my miscarriage, and then the second one was how I would feel if you were not around anymore.
What about your miscarriage?
Well, just because there's no, we've talked about this before. There's no full healing from something like that. And it doesn't matter how many children you have. Like, you always wonder what, like I've said before, the more kids I have, it actually works the opposite. It makes me say, look at all these unique personalities. What did that baby have that, that at least on this side, I'm never going to meet. You never get to hug them or hold them or talk to them. It's just not a good feeling. But when she said, like, I'll always be watching you, speak to me, but you're not alone. And she's saying you're not alone because she's always going to be waiting. So because she's waiting, like, even if I think the concept of, I think about my miscarriage and I'll think about, like, the pain of, like, being separated from that child and never really knowing that child. And then I always think, because the baby was too soon to, like, get a casket and have a burial or anything like that. So I think I always, like, worry, I don't know what the word would be, just, like, where is the baby's body, you know what I mean? Because of where I miscarried and stuff. So when she says, I'll always be watching you, speak to me, and then she says, you're not alone. And we were just watching a movie the other day where the mother was saying that about the daughter, like, she's cold and she's probably alone. And I think that according to our theology, that wouldn't be true. Like, the child would be with God, and so that the child is not alone. The child is, more not alone than we are. But I think I guess it's the heart of a mother. You just want to be able to love that baby. So I don't know, like in this world. So yeah, it was a little bit of a tough listen. And then, watching her with the little guy, that was a little bit emotional too, cause it was making me think of, Orion, and it took so long to have Orion. And then now here he is. And the song is about losing a child, I'm assuming. And in the video, the kid was about,
I think it's about a child losing its mother, is what I think.
It's one and the same. Oh, the mother dies? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
No, I didn't get that at all. I can't let go. You're every part of me. The space between us is just a dream. You will never be alone. I will always be waiting, and I'll always be watching.
And she's waiting for him on the other side.
Oh my gosh.
Is how I interpreted it.
Really? I feel you rushing all through me in these walls. I still hear your heartbeat. And nothing in this world can hold me back from breaking through to you. Oh, so you're still saying. Yeah.
But I mean, it's art. You can
Yeah.
you can own it for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It could be a mom losing a child. It could be a child losing a mom. It could be,
Well, that's
losing a significant other.
Yeah, that's a significant thing all on its own. Like, there was a mother that I was following for a while, and she had cancer, and that was like her biggest thing that she was having to grapple with, was the fact that she was going to leave her children to be mothered by other people, and the complexities around that. So that would fit that story.
Yeah, man.
What did it make you think of?
Well, I mean, obviously, my mom.
Yeah.
After my mom died, we did her funeral, whatever. And I don't know, it was like 2 or 3 in the morning down there. And she called me by, like, one of my early names. And she said, hush. Which is how she used to comfort me. Come, hush, hush. And I'm I don't know. I told you about that, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a pretty it's only happened once, you know. But it was like
What do you mean? You felt like you heard her? Is that what you're saying?
yeah, like I looked around,
Wow.
you know, and I wasn't even thinking about her. But she said hush, which basically, you know, I'm good. Like, you know. Because we had such a volatile relationship, you know, but
Yeah, but you love her like
yeah,
Like,
we love
she's the perfect mother.
we loved each other very deeply. Like the way that you are with Orion, you know how bad he is, and you'll you know somebody else's fault. Like she was when I was small, you know, she was like that with me, you know. And you know, as I got older, you know, shit happens. You get older or whatever, but you know when I was really. You know, was a little boy and all that. I guess Amy Lee's got a couple kids herself, but you know, my mother and I had an extremely strong, you know, deep relationship. And that, you know, when she understood me, you know, in a really unique way. So when she died, that was, you know, that's a, you know, I think about this a lot. There's some like relationships where it's like, it's even impossible to like title them like, oh, like your mom was your friend. Like, yeah, it's not really the word. You know, it's just somebody that just understands you at a really, 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 really deep level.
Yeah. Yep.
That, you know, when that person is gone, like they, you know, it was so crazy, like seeing her in a casket, man. That shit was like so weird to me, man. But I had to be strong for my brothers because my brothers were, you know, my older brother was always carrying the weight of our family on him, and I just felt like that's a time when I need to give him a break. So I got up there and I spoke, you know, for my mom because my little brother was. I don't think he's ever really recovered from that. I you know, I haven't either, but I had enough going on into my life that would, to where I could, you know, you know, whatever, but I'm a very different person. Like I'm a massively different person now than I was. Just even knowing that my mom was on the earth, I'm a very, very different person. And the fact that she, you know, humanly speaking, died by herself.
Yeah.
Was difficult. But, you know, lyrically, you know, it's kind of like, you know, my mom speaking to me because, you know, I believe all this shit. You know, as the scripture says, we don't mourn as other people mourn.
Right. People who don't have
but
any hope.
we mourn in hope. And so when she says we are one breath apart, my love, that's it
is an interesting way of looking at it though, the one breath apart, because we have the breath of life, and if we didn't, then we would be with that person too. So sometimes I like the simplicity of kind of dwindling something down to something like that where it can kind of feel like they're closer.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. But simultaneous to that, I think about the relationships I have with the kids, you know, and it's actually one of the things that motivates me to be healthy and like go on these, you know, crazy regimens and shit like that. Like, I don't want them to feel, you know, what I felt, because I felt like I felt it too early. Like, I was watching yesterday, and Tom Brady makes his game-winning throw, and they immediately went to his dad.
What was he doing?
And his dad was like, yeah, you know, his dad's an old, yeah, they tried to do a 5, and his hand was all slow and shit, you know, like, and there was this cool clip of Brady with, you know, this kid was asking him in the Super Bowl, they're like, yo, who's your hero? And Brady gave the little Captain America response, and then he just got really emotional, and he just said, "Yeah, my dad." So that's one of the reasons why I was so angry that I wasn't able to go down and see my dad. During the whole Thanksgiving COVID debacle. It's just that it's like I thought to myself, well, maybe I got a shot with my dad. Maybe nobody's ever gonna be like my mom. But I was like, yeah, maybe I got something there. And I think about my relationship with the kids, and sometimes I'm afraid about how close we all are, like all of us. You know what I mean? I worry about that
in what sense?
Well, just I don't know. That last trip that I took, it really screws with me because they were all saying don't go, don't go, don't go, and you were saying don't go, and I had to go, you know what I'm saying? I had to go, and it shit got really, really bad, really, really bad. So it's I sit up at night and think about yo, what if my kids would have got some horrible phone call? You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, that would have been so bad.
That would have been horrible. You know what I'm saying?
So bad.
So that's why I tell you, we'll be watching the news and shit, and you're like, oh, I'm like, no, I really have no desire to go back to that. I really don't. But yeah, that's something that I think about a lot. I run a couple plays through my head, and I'm like, damn, that could have been it, man. That could have been, because until you came around, I was mom and dad to them.
Yeah.
My mother for a lot of our
was both mom and dad.
She was dad and mom, or mom and dad, and I was dad and mom until you showed up. So it would have just been really bad. You know what I'm saying? It would have been really, really bad. So yeah,
because we weren't together.
Nah, we weren't together, and
wow, so many things would have been.
Yeah, and it's crazy. When you hear about trauma or whatever, PTSD, I don't think I had PTSD from that shit. I really don't. But I mean, nobody with PTSD, I guess, from those situations, things that they do. But that's a big thing that keeps me up at what if I some of that shit is just in a couple inches makes a difference in
yeah
so that's why when I touched ground, all I had left was one little obstacle to deal with, which was fine. I thought to myself, okay, it's just gonna be us, and then and now here we are, and it's us, and we're close and all that, and there it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's a good song, deep song for sure.
Yeah, definitely a tough situation for anybody that's in that situation. So for me, this is another banger. This is a 9.8.
Yeah, I'm gonna silent count this one. There's a lot of stuff my mom and all that.
Yeah, I could see that.
And so yeah, I mean, it's all good. But somebody said about her range.
Oh my gosh.
We were dealing with this yesterday with one of the it was Queensryche. And he just kept the piano going, and she just featured his voice the whole time, and
Unbelievable.
And she did a better job. I'm not comparing them, but she's a generational talent, this girl. She's on, and again, yes. I did not know how good she was. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't know because I never really paid attention. So this is one of those things where the system is working exactly as it should.
Yeah.
We're being introduced to music. And again, she's a popular artist, but there's a whole catalog of music that you would not have found out otherwise. I wouldn't have found out otherwise. Say it that way.
Yeah. I would, only because ever since I first heard an Evanescence song it was in a movie. One about it was singing about angels or something like that, and I've said it before in a review. But ever since I heard that song, I was hook, line, and sinker. Loved her voice, but we never had the internet or anything like that. So then once I did, like once you and I got married, and then I was living here, there was like internet all the time.
So I tried not to laugh when you said that Britney Spears was like a groundbreaking artist. That
No, I didn't mean groundbreaking. I thought that she was like, I mean, not groundbreaking, but that she.
But go ahead. You didn't have the internet. We all know you were not introduced to civilization until you met me.
Right. And then I was living in it, but by then we were doing a reaction channel, so now I have to save the new reactions, you know what I mean? So I can't go in there and just binge watch the artists that I would love to binge watch.
It's true.
So I'm very happy about this stream.
Yeah, no, I definitely concur. Okay, if you're out in regular YouTube land, we will check you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're a righteous person like the big homie Ian,
we're coming back.
Stay where you are,
There's
because
more.
we shall return. Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone.
Villagers, we're having our March Madness contest once again this year. This is a fundraiser, and all of the funds are going to help other villagers in need. Here's how it works. It's a college basketball tournament to determine the national champion. You go to ESPN.com and fill out a bracket predicting the winners of each game throughout the tournament, and whoever chose the winners correctly most will win our contest. You don't have to know a whole lot about basketball for this to work. If you want to, you can look at stats and analysis that are available on ESPN for you for free, or you can ignore all that and choose simply your favorite school colors or mascot or something like that. Just have fun with it. Now there's a link to make your donation in the description to this video. The minimum to play is $1, but you're encouraged to do more if you can, since this is all going to be helping out villagers. The same place where you make your donation will have more information on joining the bracket group for our village. You can make your donation at any time, and you can start filling out your brackets on March 13th, and you'll have until the beginning of the first game on March 17th to have completed and submitted your brackets. If you have any questions, send those to me at Vin and Sori marchmadness@gmail.com. We had a lot of fun doing this last year, and I look forward to seeing y'all there this year.